Okay, so you probably noticed that since it became easier for anyone just to make infographics, there's been a lot of very noisy, crazy kind of slides being made up, whether for social media or actually in, presentations at conferences and so on. So I think it's good to kind of go back and review this idea of empty space and how that can be used actually to create a focal point and to guide the viewer and to make things easier. Now, there's a concept used in Japanese art, although the concept actually comes from Chinese art over 1,000 years ago. So yohaku no bi, which is a Japanese concept, which literally means, just looking at the kanji, so it's like margin and white and the beauty. But it essentially means the beauty of the remaining space. It doesn't have to be white space like on paper, but just empty space. And it's an aesthetic. It's intentionally leaving empty areas that give a composition its clarity and its depth and its quiet presence. And what we're interested in, of course, in this idea is clarity. So this is actually some Chinese paintings from around the 12th century, I think. So you can see how he uses the sort of misty or sort of cloudy areas, which are completely empty. So this guides the eye, and it's just a really, really lovely techniques that has been, of course, influential in Japan as well. And then leaving that sort of misty or empty space, of course, not only leading the eye, but it provides a space to put the text in as well. So this is actually a Japanese ink painting, I think, on a screen. So you can see where that concept is used. But we can apply this idea of empty space for the purpose of sort of creating, at least momentarily, a focal point, even if it's a complicated slide. So let's use something like infographics. Before AI came onto the scene, you can go to NASA. They're very, very useful, many of them. So let's take this one here. And this could be okay, for, I think this is targeted maybe like high school students. As an example, you could leave that up there. But the thing is, if you do that, for example, in a presentation, the eyes begin to wander. You're talking about, Earth or Mars, but people are kind of just going all over the place. So wouldn't it be better, you can show the whole like this, but also at different points then to zoom in. When you're talking about Mercury, that's what I'm talking about. So there's tons of empty space. We know where the focal point is, but you can always zoom back out to see the whole as well, like this. Okay, so let me show you how you could do that, and then I'll show you how I actually physically did it, which is just about sort of cutting a hole in the top slide. So it's a zoom effect and then creating an empty space in a slide or a shape that sits above. So let's say we show the hole, but we could zoom in or even start with just the title. This image from NASA is a very high resolution, so you can punch in, you can go in, and the resolution is still fine. So let's say this is our title. Then we can zoom out to say, this is the whole and this is the handout, for example, if it's students, so you have this. But now let's go through one by one. Let's talk about these. So then we use the zoom effect and also this sort of way of cutting a hole and then making a focal point. But anyway, this is just used to go one by one. There's lots of empty space as well, so you could even draw on this if it was in PowerPoint or something. All right, so we go through the planets, then we come out. You notice on the side, there's a different question, which is, it is the scale, not in distance, of course, but the size is the scale. So we could say, well, the sun is over here, let's say. So we start with Mercury and Venus and so on, right? And then the third one is up here. So looking at, the kinds of moons that each planet has, right? So we use a little dot to say, okay, we're here talking about Saturn, and it's 62 moons and so on. Okay, but the question is, so how do we do that? So how do we take something like this and then zoom in? And we can zoom out or zoom in, but so how do we do that? So what we're doing is we're kind of like sort of cutting a hole, like in paper. If you cut a hole in the paper, of course, then anything that's below it is going to show, whether it's other paper or whatever it is. So you get this kind of effect. So you can see that over that slide, over that infographic is another slide. Basically it's a shape, but it has part of it cut out, and you can just push it and you can pull it and you can change the size. Okay, so let's do that. So I need to zoom out quite a bit, and what we're going to do is we just go up to shape, and we get a shape. We want it to be black, and we'll make it just about as pretty big because we're going to decrease the size and we're going to move around a lot. So we have it here, and we'll make it black. Right, so we can't see the infographic at all. I mean, there it is. It's under there, but we can't see it, right? So we have it here. So put this right in the center. Actually, let's zoom out even more to 10%. Okay, so we can see that we have our graphic here. We can make it a little bit bigger. And then what we do is we take another shape again. And now if you wanted to have rounded corners, you could do that. Actually, I'll do that. Let's have rounded corners. And it doesn't matter what the color is. So I know that I want it about that size, something like that. And then I'm going to stretch it and do all sorts of stuff with it later. But what you do is you make sure you choose the background and select that shape that's on top as well. And then go to Format and go to Shapes and Lines. And you'll see here Subtract Shape. So that white shape on top is going to be subtracted from that black box that we have on top, or on the bottom rather. So we click that. And there we go. And then you can see it, right? But what we have to do also, and we forgot to do that, is to make this, we want to zoom in so we can make this much bigger. We want, let's say, just Mercury. So how big can we get with that? I know this is really small here. All right. And then we have this little space here. Now, it doesn't fit quite perfectly, right? But we can just change that a little bit. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, I mean, that looks okay. So you can see we have this shape on top, and then below it is the infographic. And we've zoomed in, and we can see it just fine. So if we went from this to this, right, let's do that. Go to Animate and choose the Magic Move. Right, you can see Magic Move is right there. So we want to go from this, the whole, to this, the part, right? So let's do that. Let's see what that looks like. So we go from here, something like that. Now, how do we do Venus, right? So it's very easy. You just duplicate. So Command D, we do the same thing, but now we can just move our infographic up, just get it right where you want it, right? So now when we go from here to here, look at just preview, kind of see, right? So we go from this one to this one. That's all there is to it. Okay, so in PowerPoint, you just go to Shapes and we'll choose a sort of a square. Default seems to be green, but we'll just change that to black. And so that you can see underneath, it just kind of make it a little bit transparent. And we can change that later. And then you go find another shape to put over it, of course. And we want to do a little rounded corners here. So we choose rounded rectangle. And then we can do something like that. And we can adjust that a little bit later. And we can keep it green because what we're going to do is just subtract that. So we go here and we go like that. Then we choose the background first, hold Shift down and choose this shape. And then you go up to where it says Merge Shapes and we're going to subtract. And voila, there it is. Right? And then you can adjust that shape as you want it, move it around and so on. All right, so let's look at some more examples. So you know how to do it, but there are different ways that you could use it. For example, if we had, 15 steps or 10 steps to whatever. So I just made this in Gemini. So let's say we're going to go through the 10 steps of using the onsen. So zoom in a little bit, center it, and then also have that shape over it to exclude all the superfluous things that we don't want people to look at right now when we focus on number one. So it's kind of like a slide projector in a way. You could even add that sound effect if you want. We're just going through, not quickly, but remember there's a presenter talking. So talking about these things, but this helps the audience to know, where are we at this particular moment. So number 7, this point as the presenter's talking, 8, 9, and then you can pull out again, and then there can be questions and so on at this. Now, it could be a case, though, that you could go like this, where you want to keep a little bit of the whole always visible. You just want to highlight. It's more like a spotlight where we go through the different parts. So you could do something like that as well. Just using this same kind of thing where you basically have a kind of a mask over it. Okay, so just to review, in PowerPoint, it's subtract, merge shapes and subtract, and then in Keynote, it's very similar, shapes and lines, and again, it's a subtract shape. So looking at the sample slide, you see that we have our infographic, and then we put a shape over it, which covers the whole thing. Or even much bigger, it can go off the screen, depending on how big you want to make it. But then just the concept, you put the top shape there, and then you select both of them, and then you choose subtract shapes, and then you can see what's underneath. You have kind of a hole in it. Well, you do have a hole in it. And then you can change the shape underneath or even on top if you like. So even if you use AI or if you have a complicated infographic and you want to project that and move around using this sort of mask, a shape which covers the whole screen with a hole in it where you can move around, kind of like a spotlight effect, it does create a lot of empty space, temporary empty space, which helps the eye focus on a particular part and then keeps people from being distracted for the other parts. But you can control that and zoom in and out.